Hello everyone and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today I'm bringing an in-depth tour of a 2016 Koenigsegg Agera RS, known as Naraya. This in-depth tour is going to be a bit different. Because I didn't have exclusive time with the car, I had to do it at a Cars and Coffee meet, but it was my only opportunity. Only 25 of these RSs have been built, each with a totally unique spec, and this has to be one of the best. Naraya is finished in blue tinted carbon fibre, with real gold leaf that was applied by hand by a skilled Italian craftsman known as Ettore Calligaro. It's constructed from a carbon monocoque, with carbon and Kevlar panels, which means the RS is extremely rigid. It features Koenigsegg's trademark 5-litre twin-turbo V8 that produces 1,160 brake horsepower and 1,280 Nm of torque, on regular high-octane petroleum. This output, coupled with a curb weight of 1,395 kg, results in a 0 to 62 mph, or 100 km/h time of 2.8 seconds, and a somewhat unexplored top speed. However, we do know that it can achieve over 250 mph. Outside, gold is used aesthetically. However, gold is used practically inside the engine bay as a heat shield, but it also works aesthetically too. At the rear we find the Inconel exhaust, which has also been coated in gold leaf. Gold also extends to the bands around the exhaust, so let's see how it sounds. The RS features Koenigsegg's Aircore carbon fibre wheels with stunning gold-coated wheel nuts. Personally, I'd be in fear of damaging the wheel nut every time I had to remove the wheels. These are in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tyres, 19 inches at the front and 20 at the rear. As in other models, this RS also has triplex suspension. Each RS is fitted with carbon ceramic ventilated discs at the front and rear, and you'd hope so with that much power. The RS gets quite an aero upgrade on the R, with a larger front splitter and sweeping side winglets, with Venturi tunnels underneath. Gold is featured everywhere on this automotive piece of art, and is even found on the bi-xenon headlamps. On top of the front and rear wheel arches are loops that help to decrease pressure inside the wheel arches. Moving to the centre of the front bonnet, we see ducts that help to channel air from the front splitter up and over the car to the rear wing, aiding downforce further. Above are carbon fibre electric wing mirrors that also feature gold outlining. The slits behind the front wheels serve a similar purpose, but this time feeding air along the car to the awaiting vents behind for the engine and their canards on the side. The roof itself is removable as with all Koenigsegg's, and I believe this one can be stored in the front boot. The roof slopes down where we find the Ghost mascot and primary engine air intake behind. Before hitting the rear wing, I've moved to the side to take a look at the gold name badge that sits in the wheel arch on either side. I think it's quite striking. Moving back up, we find the rear wheel arch loops that also help cool the rear of the car in addition to the vents behind. The active rear wing is of course constructed from gloss carbon fibre with matching central weave, and gold RS logos on each canard and piping behind. The car can produce a huge amount of aerodynamic downforce, with the rear spoiler managing to produce 450 kg at 250 km/h. The active component is controlled by struts seen behind the wing supports. It can move independently to best suit the situation's aerodynamic needs. Unsurprisingly, the large rear carbon diffuser is also lined in gold. The key currently in use is only temporary, but it features gold buttons for lock and unlock. and blue paint specs. As we finally move into the interior of the RS, unfortunately I wasn't able to get a POV tour or go into too much detail of the interior, but I'll try to show and tell you as much as I can. The interior is finished in blue Alcantara with gold piping and real gold leaf. The RS has a 7-speed paddle shift transmission that could also be used in auto mode, so no need to change gear. This RS features the same Koenigsegg engine management module and electronic stability control as other models. In addition, it also features a similar 3-stage traction control setup, with modes for wet, normal and track. We see more gloss blue carbon and gold lettering on the seal. The driver's footwell contains aluminium Koenigsegg shield pedals, diamond stitch flooring and a small storage pocket. As we look to the doors, we see that in tradition there's no storage, due to the dihedro synchro helix actuation mechanism, but they are finished in the highest quality blue carbon with gold releases. The flat-bottomed carbon leather and Alcantara multifunctional wheel looks like a piece of art on its own in my opinion. Moving to the central column, we see that it's finished in a satin black with gold-lined air vents above, and the typical circular array of buttons with a central stop-start. And, although I wasn't able to get a proper look, comes with a fully customizable digital screen. The owner told me that the blue Alcantara carbon bucket seats with gold contrast stitching are actually very comfortable. It's a shame I couldn't try them for myself. They are fitted with conventional seatbelts and racing harnesses, for those times when you feel like pushing the RS to its limits. Above the passenger footwell is the Naraya nameplate, which is finished in 18 karat gold with 155 cultured diamonds. The passenger footwell is much the same as the driver's, minus the pedals of course. Looking up in the cockpit, we see the diamond quilted removable roof and small ovular sun visors. Apart from the small interior pockets and compartments, the RS's greatest storage resource is its 120-litre front boot. So that concludes my tour of this stunning Agera RS. Once again, please forgive the subpar filming and location, but it was my only opportunity to get proper footage of this car. Please subscribe for all the latest content, and until next time, cheers.